How's it going today, Jera Bears? Welcome back. And if you're new here, thank you for joining us. And don't forget to look around and have a little subscribe before you leave. Today, we're going to be talking about toxic chemicals and your hair, doing your hair, because I got asked a question about the toxic chemicals, using toxic chemicals in my hair. Okay, so my thoughts on the toxic chemicals in my hair. This is kind of a complicated thing. I only bleached my hair once, and I have not bleached it since. I tend to not try to bleach it over and over and over. I know a lot of people who do the colored hair actually don't do it right, because when it starts to fade, they re-bleach all their hair. And that's not how you're supposed to do it. So clearly, there are a lot of people out there not doing their hair right. And that's from there was a Whole Foods employee asked me, he's like, oh, how long does it take you to do your hair? And I was like no time, because all I do is re-add the color every time it starts to fade. And that's it. You don't have to re-bleach. You can live with little roots. If you really can't live with roots, like, you're risking your life, because you're exposing yourself to a lot of chemicals. But I think if you do it, so if I do it again, it won't be about probably at least 6 months out, so I won't do it more than twice in a year if I bleach my hair. And that's if. I might not even bleach it again. I don't know. Go back and forth on it. Like, it would be cool, but then I'm also like, I don't want to go too close to the roots, because I don't like when it's on my skin and absorbing that, because any amount of time of chemicals on you, you are absorbing stuff. You can handle and process out. Your body can filter some of that out, but if you overexpose yourself to chemicals, that's when it's a problem. And I think because I've eliminated so many chemicals from my home, from my lifestyle, that a little bit of that isn't gonna kill me, I hope. It's still not good. However, I will say, like, when I put this stuff on, this is vegan. And everything I use, even the bleach I use, is from Manic Panic, so it's a lot friendlier and a lot less chemicals and a lot safer to use than most of the bleaches out there. And it's also cruelty-free. So, but this all comes from plants. This all is derived from plants. Even when you read some of the weird stuff that's in here, the cetyl alcohol, that's actually not even an alcohol. I did some research on this, and somebody broke down what each of the ingredients are, and the wax that's in here is actually a fake beeswax. It's all based out of plants. It's all natural. This is all much safer to use than anything else. Not anything else, but than most other hair dye products. Always look for vegan stuff. Vegan stuff is from the planet, safer to use, it's not man-made. There are some other things that you can use to dye your hair too. I've heard henna works. I've never used henna, because I remember when I was a kid, my mom bought a henna kit and we did stuff, and I had an allergic reaction, so I don't know if it was real henna or if it was some knockoff stuff. Don't want to find out. Just not interested. So I'm not interested in henna, and it's a dark color, so I want the unicorn colors. But I will put some links to some resources down below of people who have researched this a little bit more fully than me, because I just like the bright colors, and that's what I'm focused on. And I trust in Manic Panic. You go to their website, they're very transparent about what's going on and all their stuff. So I like that. But there are some other vegan bright hair color things too. I think Arctic Fox is one of them. There'll be more. All this extra information will be down in the description box below, because I did the research. I just can't remember it off the top of my head. So the last time I bleached my hair, I did in fact have allergies the next day, so I think it does affect you, and that's why I was like, I don't know if I will bleach my hair again. So, but it also depends on how compromised your immune system is and everything, and as we saw with all my water fast stuff and the results of my stool test and everything that's going on in my body, like, I didn't have good bacteria, I have overgrowth of bad bacteria and some yeast. So my immune system is kind of compromised. Anyways, right now, I'm not as strong as I could be. And so it depends on how healthy you are, of how much you can handle. But the color doesn't do anything. When I put the colors in, like, I don't have any sort of reactions at all. That's why I know this stuff is far safer to use than like the bleach and everything. And you can put this stuff over dark hair, it just will give it like a tint. It won't really be bright. So that's an option too if you really don't want to bleach your hair. Oh, and I will say, like, there are other things that I don't regularly use that I think a lot of other women do, or even men out there. We see it on YouTube now, of like nail polish or makeup. Like, I expose myself to a lot less chemicals, so I think me exposing myself to like a little bit of hair stuff, maybe once, maybe twice in a year, is far less of filling that cup up to that tipping point than if I were to be all year, like sitting in the manicure thing, getting manicured all the time, even sitting at the hair salon, getting your hair done. There's tons of toxic chemicals there, depending on where you go. I'm very mindful about everywhere I go. If I do participate in girly stuff, like getting my hair cut, or I don't get my nails done. I've only been once to go get my nails done. Brandon took me, and I messed it up before it even dried. The lady was so mad at me. So, and then also if you're like washing your hair, you're bathing, a lot of the stuff is chemicals. I'm very mindful that everything I buy is very natural. As you saw in the minimalist hygiene thing, it's all vegan and cruelty-free. Very little ingredients. You can read most all the ingredients. You know what it is. It's not going to kill you. So I think, because it's not the first time I've been asked, like, well, what do you think because you do your hair that's not safe? You are exposed to stuff every single day. So that's like me saying like, well, you should never ever do your hair stuff if that's gonna make you happy or you wanna do that. Because then you should never ever ever go and sit in traffic because you're inhaling gas fumes all the time. Or you should never ever ever go into a swimming pool because it's filled with chlorine. You do it here and there in life. It shouldn't be the end of you. It's just not something you should do on the regular. All right, guys, I hope you liked this video on the toxic chemicals in your hair. And if you did, give it a thumbs up. Thank you very much. Put some comments in the comment section below. What do you guys think? What have you found out? Don't forget to check that description box below. It'll have all the other resources I found and some references to some people who have done more research on it than me. Because, you know, I can't do everything. And if you are new here, don't forget to subscribe before you leave. Thank you, guys. I gotta go. Do
What about drugs? I could do it just once in a while.
This does not mean drugs. This does not mean drugs. Don't do drugs once in a while. Don't do drugs. Why are we all talking about drugs? Guys, stop doing drugs.